Hey guys, what's up? It's AppleCritics from AppleCritics.com. In this video, I'm going to be showing you what's on my iPhone XS Max. So I'm going to show a lot of great apps in this video. Hopefully you guys find some apps that you do end up using right after this video. And I'm super excited to show you all the apps that I've been using on a daily basis. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight on into this video. Taking a look at my home screen, I do use the Mail app because it's just my go-to app. I do also use the Gmail app and the Outlook app for my Hotmail email, so I still use a little bit of both, but a majority of my time gets spent with the Mail app, and I am able to combine all my different emails in it. I do use the standard photos and camera app. Now the camera app is just my go-to app. I feel like every other alternative camera app is just a little too over the top and has too many features and it's a little overwhelming, so that's why I just go with the standard camera app. Now in terms of maps, I do not use the Maps app, just the Apple Maps. I use the Google Maps because it's just been proven that it has a lot better features in my experience, and I just feel like Google Maps is more perfected and Apple is still trying to polish off Apple Maps. So that's my honest opinion. Now, in terms of the weather app, I do use it, but I don't necessarily rely on it because I find that the weather network is a lot better. Now, the Stocks app is actually pretty good. So taking a look at the Stocks app, it does have a lot of good layout and information in it. So it's definitely one of my favorite apps, I must say. So that is where I normally use the Stocks app and not just another alternative Stocks app. Now I never use the News app because I never really find anything in it, and I just kind of use some other news sources rather than just the Apple News. Now Reminders is very clutch because it helps me remind and remember certain things that I have to do, and it keeps me organized and gets certain things done on a day-to-day basis, which I'm very proud of. Now Apple TV is a solid app. So it's basically Apple's trying to make their own Netflix pretty much. Now it's not fair to compare this Apple TV app to Netflix, as Netflix had a good decade of original programming and finding out what shows work. But in terms of Apple TV Plus, there is some good Apple originals, I must say, and it's only going to get better. Now, I do use it from time to time, but I do not use the Apple TV app as much as I do Netflix, I must say. But there is some other great content that's slowly but surely working its way, and Apple does have a lot of good exclusives and original content, I must say. Now, the App Store speaks for itself, iTunes Store. Now, I don't use the iTunes Store at all because it's all about Apple Music now. I feel like iTunes Store did have its glory days, but now it's slowly fading out due to streaming and Apple Music and Spotify and apps like that. I do have the Books app, but I never use it. I'm more of a Audible user than a Kindle or online books reader. I do use Apple Wallet from time to time, but it's okay. I just like normally just going without it because Apple Pay has its good and bad features. I just wish that you could just use your fingerprint on an iPhone XS Max, but you can only use Face ID now. I feel like Apple Pay was better with my iPhone 8 Plus. And I do have my YouTube app on the home screen because I like when it was there just on like the original iPhone and the iPhone 3G. It gives me some good nostalgia just having it on the front page, I must say. Now on the next page, we do have FaceTime, which is one of the best apps. We have the Podcast app, which also has a lot of great podcasts. So in terms of Audible and podcasts, I try and find a way to balance my time because there's just a lot of great content and topics and podcasts to listen to. So I really like those apps. Of course, I have the Apple Watch app. And we have the Shortcuts app, which is very good to program different shortcuts into your device. So you can make a shortcut to play a certain song, and you can also program Spotify as well and other third-party apps. Now we do have the original apps that come installed that include GarageBand, Keynote, Numbers, and Pages in iMovie and iTunes U, which I all should probably delete. Now we do have the Facebook app, which I use from time to time, but I use Instagram more, so go ahead and follow me. My Instagram username is AppleCritics, but we do have the Gmail app, which I probably should take a look at. But I really recommend the Gmail app on iOS. It does have its good features, I must say, especially if you need to use certain features such as organizing your mailbox. I recommend the Gmail app. Now, SoundCloud is the best for listening to mixtapes and other music that isn't published on Apple Music. Now, I feel like SoundCloud is slowly losing its way in this era of streaming when Spotify had the lead, then Apple Music is a close second. But SoundCloud used to have better days, I must say, but I do use it from time to time just to find some new music that nobody is listening to yet before it goes viral, of course. Now, we do have the Compound app, which is just basically a compound interest app. So you could choose to change the current amount that you put in. So it's just a really a math-oriented app, which I like to look at from time to time, just to see how the power of compound interest can be used to your advantage. So we have that there. Now, we do have the speed test app just to check how fast your 4G or 5G or your Wi-Fi is. It works very well. Now, as a creator, I really recommend if you're doing YouTube to have the YouTube Studio app installed. It's really, really easy to take a look at. And it has a lot of great features, and it's really done well on iOS, I must say. Now, in terms of Shazam is just definitely my favorite app. Ever since Apple bought it, and even before Apple bought it, I still used it. But Apple has added some good features. They've removed ads, and I feel like it was a really strategic acquisition that Apple made. Now, Twitter is really, really good. Twitter just has some good content on there. I use Twitter a lot. We also do have the fish roulette game, which I highly recommend checking out. So let's go ahead and try it out. So I'm going to explain it to the best of my ability. But with fish roulette, essentially what you can do is just you have to match up the same color of the arrow as the fish. So we can go ahead and try it out. So you can see it's a purple arrow, and we have the two different joysticks on the left and right. So let's go ahead and try it out. So you can see game over there. So I can give it another shot. So you just have to be really, really quick with it. So this is the fish roulette game. I highly recommend downloading it from the App Store because it is a game that I am associated with, as I am the developer of this game. So I really hope you guys go ahead and check it out. Now you have PayPal, which is really good. I feel like everybody's using Cash App right now, but PayPal did have its days, so I still have it. Now, we do have the Currency app, which is great for a quick currency converter if you ever need one. I highly recommend downloading it. We have the Score, which is great for sports news and current sports scores. We have the Stockmaster app, which is relatively unique. It is kind of overwhelming with the way it's laid out. But it does have a lot of information. I feel like it could be presented better, but it is what it is. But you can just see different portfolios and look at the market overview. You can see that just doesn't have like a polished design, but it could be better. I must say, you can add your watch list and everything like that. So you can see it's just really straight to it and not polished just yet. So you can see everything that it has to offer here. So that is pretty much it. It does just have a lot of information in it, but it just doesn't know how to present it better. But I do like this Stockmaster app to an extent. Now we do have the Blackboard app, which is really good if your school or institution uses it. And there is the Ultimate Ears Boom app, so that's just to control the Bluetooth speaker that I have, the UE Boom 2. It's a waterproof speaker and it's Bluetooth, and it has some relatively good sound quality. I recommend that. Now we do have Task Towers, which is a unique app that allows you to add habits. So you can just go into it and create new habits every day. So every time you add a habit, so let's say my habit is filming, we can add it. and every time I would film, we'll add another part to a tower. So eventually you can build a tower based on how productive you are, and it's only once a day. So it gives you something to look forward to, and it is kind of gamifies like your goals and habits and to-do lists. So that's why I do like it. Now we do have the Google Maps app, of course. We do have Yahoo Finance, which is another good stock related app. It tells you everything about the market and just gives you more information. So I really do like the Yahoo Finance app. We have the Cam Scanner app, which just allows you to scan documents and is pretty good. We have WhatsApp, which I do use from time to time. The Apple Store app, I highly recommend. It just connects to your iCloud account that's already on your iPhone, and you basically can take it from there. We have Google Drive, which is good for some cloud-based documents that you want to work on with multiple people at the same time. You have the MailChimp app, which is really good email marketing software, so you could basically run your campaigns from your phone if you want to be super productive in that way. You have Google Translate, which has been good just to translate languages and learn how to speak certain phrases. We have the Bose Connect app, so that was for my QC35s. We have StubHub, which is good for different concerts and sporting events. We have the Deliveries app, which is actually really, really good for all your deliveries, and you can track them, and the way it's laid out looks really, really intuitive. We have the Audible app, of course. So Audible, definitely my number one app. We have the Groupon app, which is good for discount codes and coupon codes. There's always some deals going around, so with Groupon, you can just jump on the best daily deals for especially local businesses and everything like that. We have the App Ratings app, which is for all the ratings around the world. So you can see how many ratings, let's say, Snapchat got. So you can see that it has 844,000 total ratings in 128 countries. You can see, let's say, for example, Australia. You can see what people are saying about the new update. So everything like that. So it's really decent in that way. So it's just a unique app. It's not a must install, but has some good to it. Now we have the Backdrops app, which has been around on Android for a while, but you have some really good wallpapers in this app, and it will spice up your device a little bit. So I recommend the Backdrops app because it just has some super high quality wallpapers, especially for the iPhone XS Max. I highly recommend this app. Now we do have Drink Water. So Drink Water will just tell you how much water to drink based on your height and weight. So you have that here. So it just gives you certain notifications during the day if you want to reach your certain water target goal. So that is a really good app if you want to drink more water, of course. We do have the Fig app, which is just for forums. So any type of forum you have. So it's essentially like Reddit in a way. So there's a Swift forum, so that's a coding language for Apple. You can see them all here. I do like the design of the app. You can see all the replies. So this is the Fig app pretty much, but it has forums for almost anything. It has the trending forums right here. So it is a pretty decent app. You have all the different categories as well. You can see the different topics for it and in your inbox. So this is a really, really good app. We have the ProTake app. And with the ProTake app, you can see what it has to offer. So you can see all of the different features for a camera. And it does get a little too over the top, so I don't really go into it. We have text on video, which allows you to just draw text on video. We have Tick Tags, which is a super app for all of you TikTok users. So it'll find tags based on events you do. So if you go on, let's say, for example, we go to something that's trending, we have certain hashtags based on that. And we have different favorites as well. So you can basically say iPhone, for example, do a TikTok about an iPhone. And then we'll give you just a bunch of tags for TikTok. So it's good in that way that you have the ability to just copy all of these tags at once. Then your TikTok has a higher potential to go viral with TikTok. So it's good in that way. Now, we do have Timepiece, which is a really good app just to have different timers, and you can just set emojis with that timer. So I really do like that one. And then we have While You Rec. So it allows you to play your music while you record, because normally when you do that, your music will fade out and stop, and then recording a video, it will start. So now you can just have your music playing in the background while you're recording a video. So that's pretty good. Now we have TikTok, which is self-explanatory, one of the hottest apps right now. Highly recommend it. You can just find a lot of different people doing some really interesting TikToks. And then we have Amazon, which speaks for itself. I order much easier with this app rather than just going to a website. But there's just so unique having the Amazon app, and it's just so convenient is the word I would say. And we have the Outlook app for my Hotmail. Then you have the Prime Video, and then Spotify, Netflix. So these are the three of my most used apps. We have the Prime Video for all the Amazon Prime content, Spotify for some streaming music, Netflix for streaming movies and TV shows. We have Skip the Dishes, which is a solid food delivery app. If you know, you just know. We have Reddit, which speaks for itself, just a forum app. We have the MyFitnessPal, which is actually pretty good for making different workouts. Duolingo will help you learn new languages, and just keep on working on it day after day, and you'll remember the phrases. And the way it's laid out just is really encouraging to learn new languages and phrases. Now, Crave is a solid app. It has a lot of HBO and Showtime content, and also Stars content, and it has some pretty good TV shows. So I think that would be my second favorite app to Netflix in terms of streaming video. You have the Weather Network, and then you have Photomath. So if you ever want to convert a math problem into the actual answer, use Photomath. We have Dropbox, which is good for cloud storage. We have Sheets, which is Google Cloud-based software, and we also have Google Docs at the top there. We have Pic Collage, just to combine pictures together. Then we have LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is pretty good if you're looking for a job. We have Wayfair if you're looking for some furniture. And just let it load up. And with Wayfair, you can just see different furniture if you're ever looking for some. And they always have some good deals on Wayfair, and I highly recommend this app. Next up, we do have Starbucks and Foot Lockers, and then I have the Followers Plus app to see who unfollows you on Instagram and more Instagram analytics. We have the Urban Outfitters app. We have the Pick We have the Pick Jointer. We have Best Buy, which is great for tech, of course. We have the Masterclass app. Is an app if you ever want to master certain skills. Download the Masterclass app. Yes, it does have a subscription fee, but there's a lot of great content within Masterclass. We have Auto Rap, so if you ever want to make an auto-tuned rap song, go ahead and try that out. We have Visco, of course, so Visco is really good for taking photos, and it gives you that vintage feel. We have Facetune, so to make your selfies better. We have 1Password, which is one app for all your passwords, and it's really, really good, and it's a very secure app, of course. We have Skype, which is self-explanatory. For video conferencing, voice over IP. We have 7, and then we have New York Times cooking. So if you ever want to get some new recipes, we have Quibi, which stands for Quick Bites. So it'll just be quick clips of a video, so 6-minute clips, and it has all the actors and celebrities that you ever could think of in Quibi, and there's some good content. So it's a streaming app, of course. And then you have Zoom, which has been very popular during these times. We have Notability, which is a great note-taking app. We have Scrabble Go, so I really like to use Scrabble and just expand my vocabulary. We have the Helix Jump app, which is pretty good. Subway Surfers is definitely a classic as well. Then we have Time Block. So Time Block is just to take better time management and just choose how you want to integrate your day. So you can add an event, and you can see what you want to be, whether it's leisure, a meal, or study. So that's good. And then we do have Focus Keeper, so you can have better focus for certain tasks. So we can just spend 25 minutes on a task, and then take a break, and then continue for the next 4 cycles of 25 minutes. So every 5 minutes out of that 25 minutes, you take a break. So 25 minutes, 5-minute break, 25 minutes, 5-minute break. So it's really good, and it really helps you to focus on certain tasks. And then you have WordPress, which is a great app if you want to have an online blog. So that is pretty much all the apps that I have on my iPhone, and I really hope you enjoyed what's on my iPhone XS Max. So thank you for watching this video on what's on my XS Max. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Please be sure to subscribe. If you like this video, please smash the like button down below so you know you watched. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm, so go ahead and hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe for more great content, and be sure to check me out on all the social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. My username is AppleCritics, and once again, this is your host, AppleCritics, and thanks for watching.